up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm at the 2019 Detroit Auto Show, and of course the big excitement for 2019 coming from Dodge is right behind me. That is the all-new Dodge Redeye. This is where they're taking that Hellcat and they're mixing it in with some of the magic that they learned from the Demon. Because remember, the Demon was a special edition, just produced for 2018. It is that fastest production car in the quarter mile. They took some of the magic, actually borrowed some of the supercharger trickery, put it on this Redeye. We're looking at the end of the day, 797 horsepower, 707 foot-pounds of torque. This thing won't run sub 10 quarter mile times, but definitely gonna be in that mid 10 second in the quarter mile. What's amazing is this car weighs over 4,500 pounds. To put that in perspective, a Mustang GT weighs in around 3,800 pounds and a Camaro around 3,600 pounds. So this is definitely the heaviest in the class. This has a top speed of 203 miles an hour. Also, what's amazing, for the first time in a long time, the Dodge Challenger overall has surpassed sales of the Chevy Camaro. So still in this muscle car segment, you have the Mustang at top, Challenger's now slotting in, and then the Camaro at the bottom. Let's go ahead and check out the back end. I think Dodge does it so well with bringing that retro look. I know Mustang does a pretty good job, but Dodge is just nailing it with the back end. I love how they revised it around like 2013. They revised the rear of the car. Love the LED lighting. My biggest complaint still is that exhaust. They look like vacuum cleaners. I wish they would have some type of quad exhaust. I know it blends in nicely, but this thing, if it's got fender flares like that, you want those exhausts to just be really prominent and just have a special look to it. But that's really my favorite part of this car, is I love the flared fenders. You could see that interior. Now inside the interior is gonna be an 8-speed automatic transmission. I hope you like automatics, because that's it. There's no manual option for this particular car. Another thing that's great about the interior is that old school flavor. I do like the seats. The problem is the bolstering sucks in them. So this really isn't a road course car, especially weighing at over 4,500 pounds, but they could put a little bit more bolstering in there, because I'm telling you, if somebody was to drift you in this car, which remember at the Mecum Auto Auctions just a little while ago, I was drifted in one of these cars, I was sliding all over the place. As we come around, you can see the Hellcat emblem on the side with the Redeye in the center. That's going to let you know that this is something extra special. Those huge, massive 6-piston Brembo calipers finished in bright red. I love the style of the wheels, and here comes that engine. 797 horsepower, 707 foot-pounds of torque. Guess what? If you care about MPGs, you wouldn't be looking at this car, but overall in the city, you're getting on average about 13 miles per gallon. I'm sure with your lead foot though, you're probably going to see about 9. But that's not why you buy this car. You buy this car for utmost performance. I love, on this particular model, the twin snorkel hood. So that's really the biggest way to differentiate the Redeye from the other Challengers, especially the Hellcat and the Demon. This has an all-new twin snorkel hood. Wish the hood was closed, and it is functional. So there is functionality. That's a nice thing too, because I hate it when manufacturers put fake hood scoops. You can see the front fender flares, really nice and wide and prominent. And I also love that lower lip spoiler down here, just makes it look ultra aggressive. Another thing that you'll notice is that if you look on the 2 inner headlights, they're not headlights at all, they're just marker lights. That's gonna force feed air into that engine compartment to get that 797 horsepower. Very special car, very special place. What we're gonna do is we're gonna compare this to another Challenger that's nearby, so you can see some of the differences between the all-new Redeye and that one. Let's go check it out. All right guys, so we're over here. We just got done looking at the Redeye. This is a 2019 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack with this shaker hood. A little bit of different, but that's the wonderful thing, is that the Dodge Challengers, it's like going to Baskin-Robbins. There's like 31 different flavors. They literally have more models of the Challenger than any Mustang, Camaro, or anything before it, but that's kind of cool because it gives everybody a unique look. Probably my biggest zonk about the Challenger overall is what is underneath. That chassis is dated. It's been around since the mid-2000s, and it seems like they're not changing it anytime soon, but they did hit the nail on the head with the muscle car styling. Let's go ahead and take a look at the front. Compared to the Redeye, you can see that what they did for the Scat Pack, they still give you those air vents on the inside there. That's going to be a carryover. When it comes to the lower spoiler, it's a little bit smaller, not as aggressive as on the Redeye, but what's cool that this does have that the Redeye doesn't is this shaker hood. back in the muscle car days, the shaker hood, Dodge brought it out. It was awesome. You fire it up, you step on the loud pedal, and literally you can see the engine shake because this airbox is connected to the engine, hence the name shaker hood. That is what this car is all about, that old muscle car feel. I love the offset stripe, just really works with the orange. Let's go ahead and take a look at the wheels. You can see this is your narrow body Challenger, so you're not getting wide body. I do like the style of the wheel. It's a nice gunmetal gray. What's nice as well is that they updated the brakes a little bit because remember, the Challengers are on the heavy side. This car weighs well over 4,000 pounds, and what they decided to do is they put some slotted rotors that's gonna help cool the rotor as you brake repeatedly. These cars really aren't road course cars like a Mustang GT or a Camaro. This is more set up for straight line, but at the end of the day, they do have an awesome look, and you can't argue with that. Wonderful style wheel. There's a famous name when it comes to Dodge, the Hemi, and I think that's really where Dodge is hitting the nail on the head, is they're bringing back those old names, the shaker, you got the Scat Pack, all that magic from the past. Let's go ahead and continue to work our way down the side of this Scat Pack Challenger. So really nice, very, very similar trunk lid spoiler here. Nothing too aggressive, nothing too crazy, but just enough, let you know you got something unique, something different. And then to wrap it out back, if you were sitting behind a Redeye, you wouldn't really know the difference. Very similar, and I think that's where I'm gonna zonk it, is that many of the different models, even though they're different, they're still very similar, and they really need to be separated. I mean, like I pointed out on the Redeye, those exhausts, they look like vacuum cleaners. I would like to see a little bit extra style. Another thing that I've noticed on some older Challengers, all this grayish plastic gets faded really quick, and it looks terrible. So that's something that if you're gonna put this kind of money down on a car like this, or go the Redeye route, and you're gonna have it for a long time, how's the different parts gonna age? But let's go ahead and check out that shaker engine underneath the hood. Let's go check it out. All right guys, here we are underneath the hood of this Dodge Challenger. That's that 392 Hemi, putting out well over 500 horsepower. Like I said, that's classic muscle car flavor, and that's why I think that the Dodge Challenger is still so popular with fans. I mean, look at the amount of people around this car, and this car it's not even the Redeye, which even has more people around, but I just like how it harks back to those old days, and you can see why they call it the shaker. You have the huge opening as you close the hood. The engine is right there. When you get on that loud pedal, that's gonna shake back and forth. I remember when I was a kid, my dad had a 70 Dodge Challenger, and I remember just staring at that thing, shaking back and forth, wondering what the hell was going on. But let's go ahead and check out the interior of this Challenger. All right guys, here we are, business end, inside the Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. Now think about it. When you come in here, this has that 8-speed automatic transmission. Now for seats, they're not heavily bolstered, so I wouldn't take this on a road course any day soon, but they are comfortable. I will give Dodge that. I like the size of the steering wheel. I'm not too keen on the shape, and I wish that they would put some type of different logo here, especially since this has the shaker hood, especially it's a Scat Pack. But if you look at the gauge clusters, really mimics what was happening during those muscle car days, and that's why these cars are so popular. You have a nice size infotainment screen. You could actually go through, really easy, control your AC, all that. It's all dual climate controls. Down here is where you got control of that 8-speed automatic transmission. I like the silver, and I like the leather on the armrest. Overall, the materials are pretty good, but like I said, if you want something a little bit more road course friendly, you might want to go look at a Ford Mustang or a Camaro, because this car weighs well over 4,000 pounds. But if these are the types of cars you like to see on Raity's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, before you leave, hit that subscribe button. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raity's Rides family. Check out all my forms of social media. You know what they are. All Raity's Rides original content all the time. If you want some merch, hit that button above my head, takes you right to Spreadshirt. And definitely got to give a huge shout out to my wonderful wife, Lori, getting the full angles of this Challenger. Large car, but she's getting it done. So thank you. Show her some love in the comment section. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.